Hi, and welcome to Underground Video Network. Mike Boroff here, as with me always is Richard Ketterjohn.
Hello.
Today is Free Comic Book Day 2013. We got a lot of stores to cover. We got a lot of fun things planned, so stay tuned. And welcome back. This is Michael Boroff, Richard Ketterjohn. It's 2013, first weekend in May. What's that mean? Well, besides being May 4th, so may the force be with you, it is Free Comic Book Day. And we started off here out in Laughing Ogre.
Yeah, we've been down here since 2008 doing video coverage. It's my normal store where I go to.
This is Richard's haunt right here. This is his home away from home.
And it looks like the crowd's lined up. They're all way around the store. So.
Oh God, yes. It's incredible how much people have really gathered this. It's fantastic. I love it.
I think we'll do some coverage and stay tuned.
Oh yeah, we got a full day's worth of activities planned for you folks, so stay tuned. Mike here, continuing our coverage for Free Comic Book Day 2013. And as anybody who's ever watched the shows knows, you know I have a fondness towards cosplayers. Not only do I have a fondness towards cosplayers, I have a fondness towards cosplayers and charities, and when those two combine, fantastic. And I'm here with, sir, introduce yourself.
Aaron Einhorn. I'm with the Heroes Alliance.
Could you please tell our audience a little bit about your organization? Yeah,
the Heroes Alliance is a non-profit, all-volunteer costuming charity group. We were started in Tampa in 2007. We now have chapters in, I believe, 9 different states. All of our members are all volunteers. We make our own costumes, and then we go out and we do charity walks, fundraisers, we visit kids in the hospital, all trying to share the characters that we love and give back to the community.
Fantastic. Is there a website we can get more information on?
There is. It's heroesalliance.org.
Oh, thank you very much, and I will be getting in touch with you about that.
Absolutely. Great.
All right. Stay tuned.
We also have the Star Wars comic up here. Brian Wood is signing today. So if you pick one of those up, you can get him to sign it on the way out.
Hi, this is Michael, and we're still here at Laughing Ogre and Free Comic Book Day 2013. Once in a while you get extremely lucky and you get to run into somebody that's generally fantastic. I am here with comic book writer Brian Wood. Brian, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks.
His credits are phenomenal, but I have to ask you, we have to talk about the Star Wars book.
That's great.
Over the past few years, I've been so flooded with Star Wars books. I can't keep up. I got to the point where I'm not gonna lie, I gave up. I was like, I can't keep up on these. And then I saw Star Wars, and the cover art, pulled me in. And then I'm flipping through, and I'm like, what is this? This is amazing. Can you tell me a little bit, for those that don't know? Oh, well, I'll let you just.
Sure. Well, this is the, as you said, this is the Star Wars comic that's just called Star Wars. It doesn't have like a subtitle. It's not set 100 years in the future.
It doesn't need one.
It doesn't. It is, because it's the original trilogy characters. It takes place right after the first film, what I call the first film.
Same here.
The original film.
And it's a safe thing to say around us, the first film.
And it's clear that this is kind of the Star Wars comic everybody had been wanting. It took a while. I think Dark Horse wanted to do a comic with the original cast for a while, and I think LucasArts sort of waited a bit. But we have it now, and it's doing really, really well.
Because I was a big fan years ago of Shadows of the Empire, which took place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, and I completely loved the book, read the comics, the book, played the video, but the first thing I thought of was, why are we jumping from Empire to Jedi? What happened between Star Wars and Empire? And I have to say, for anybody who's, who might have been like me, who's kind of been, just overwhelmed with all the Star Wars books, do yourself a favor, find Star Wars. It is fantastic. Where did you come up with the idea of the story from the two?
Well, they definitely wanted a story that took place like in that general time period, in between the first two films. But there's a couple of years in there we have to play with, and I mean, I really just went with what I wanted to see. Like, I wanted to see like X-wing dogfights.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to see like a lot of stuff in space, a lot of action. Tried to really, I really picked apart that first film to sort of look at the balance of action versus drama, and sort of try to reverse engineer it a bit to sort of and recreate it, not in like a overly retro kind of way, but in a way that definitely evokes the original film.
Yes.
But without, it doesn't it still feels like a modern comic. It's not like 70s campy or anything, a little cheesy or something. It definitely has like a real modern style, but I'm exactly the target audience myself.
Yes.
So I just tried to make a story that someone like me, who saw those films when they were 5, would love. So
one of the things I really admired about the book was you really put Princess Leia front and center in this, and from going from Star Wars, not to do the cliche, the princess and damsel in distress, to Empire, where she's front and center. You really did in this book show us, how much she's grown from, the Battle of Yavin to Hoth.
Well, there were a lot of raised eyebrows when I first sort of announced she was going to be a X-wing pilot. Everybody at Lucas thought it was great because I think, according to them, Leia is often, in various novels and stuff, shown as a pure diplomat. But if you look at that first film, I always like to point it out because a lot of people don't realize it until I do. You rattle off everything she did in that first film, and it's some hardcore action. The first thing we ever see her do really is shoot a stormtrooper.
First shot,
and she takes over her own rescue. She resists torture.
Yeah.
She flies the Falcon at the end, or at least helps. So I felt like this was right in line. I felt like it made sense. But like I said, I got a lot of raised eyebrows at first. I think until the book actually came out, and then they kind of saw what I was doing. I think it was okay then. But that was one of the things I really wanted to do. In my first pitch, I was I want to make her a pilot. So.
Well, I feel like a fanboy for saying this, but I really do enjoy this book. I want to thank you.
Sure.
Because it really was, like I said, after, Shadows of the Empire came out, this was a story I'd always wanted to hear between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, and you nailed it out of the park, my friend.
Well, thank you.
That is the first Star Wars titled book that I have religiously picked up in a long time. And again, thank you.
Great.
Is there a place where our fans can check out your work or see what projects you've got coming up?
Well, I was lucky enough, early enough to get brianwood.com on the internet. I got that in the early days of the web. So yeah, that's where you can see everything I'm working on.
So is there anything we can look forward to in the Star Wars book coming up? No spoilers, but
I got to be careful of that. So the other thing I'll say is that going into the second year, we're going to see that there was a home base that predated Hoth. And that's all I'll say about that.
There you go. All right.
So.
Like I said, for anybody out there watching, get to your local comic book store. It doesn't even have to be Free Comic Book Day. And ask your clerk for Star Wars. Again, thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you.